Hi everyone, it's Claudia from Anybody Pilates and Exercise Physiology, and today I am taking you through a nice little stretch flow focusing on some mobility. So all you'll need is a chair, so just make sure it's a sturdy chair, maybe something like a dining room chair, and then if you have a bolster, so one of these big black pillows or a foam roller, I want you to have that nearby. If you don't have either of those, you can get a couple of towels and roll them up into a cylinder shape, and then we can use that, and it'll be similar. Alright, so just moving the bolster or the foam roller out of the way, we are going to start with the chair. So first things first, I just want you to place your hands down on the chair and then position your feet so that they are under your hips. Excellent. So we are going to start with our cat stretch. So I want you to tuck the chin, lift the back, and then relax the chin, sink the belly down. Good. Again, tuck the chin, scooping up. So you're working into your abdominals a little bit here. Relax the chin, sinking down. So each time you lift into your big angry cat, we're accentuating our C-shaped curve and pulling our shoulder blades apart before we then sink down into the lower back. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, sink down. Keep moving through this flow for a little bit longer for me. Taking your time to feel each stretch, so never rush through these. Coming up to a nice hold here in your angry cat stretch. Try and lift the belly as much as you can, drawing the belly button in towards the spine and returning to neutral. With the heels now, we are lifting up onto our tiptoes and moving into some prancing. So lightly bending one knee as you lift the heel, then pressing that heel down and lifting the opposite. So this is really nice to start to encourage some blood flow. And then of course working into those feet. Well done, keep it going. Final 3, 2, and 1. I want you to take a left step back, standing up nice and tall, and we are just going to start to bend our back knee. Now the important factor is having your heel down. So both heels are pressing heavily down onto my mat. I'm going to bend my left knee and lower my knee forwards, and then extend my back knee. So you can see as I bend my left knee, my heel wants to lift up, but I'm keeping it down, and then you feel a stretch low in the calf, close to your Achilles tendon. Good. Now it's okay if the front knee bends as well. I just want your front leg to be comfortable. Excellent. Last one, find a hold. See if you can try and force that knee forwards a little more, keeping the heel down. And up. Stepping forwards with the left leg, back with the right leg. You want to be in a position where you feel challenged to keep the heel down, but it's still firmly on the mat. And that is how wide your legs are. Good. So slowly starting to introduce the movement of the knee. So you'll lightly start to get a little bit of quad activation here. That'll just help to also start to warm up those muscles. Good, let's go last one, lower down. Can you force your knee forwards a little bit more? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping forwards and placing your right foot up on your chair. Excellent. I'm now going to place both my hands down on the chair as well. And you can see that ideally, if you can have your back leg straight for me, if this is too much of a stretch, you can have a little bend. So that's okay. All right, we are moving into some thoracic mobility. So my right hand is going to lift up and I'm rotating my rib cage towards the courtyard, finding that lovely stretch through my spine, and then rotating to place that right hand back on the chair. And again, opening up the chest, keeping the hips forwards, and just imagining that the ribs, the shoulders, and the head move in unison. So your eyes want to follow your fingertips. Good. Let's go one more here. This should feel really nice. Holding 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing that hand down just to stretch your hips. You can bend the front knee a little more, lunging forwards. Good, but keeping that back heel down and just sinking into that left hip here. Excellent. Extending the front leg, feeling that hamstring stretch, and bending the front knee one last time to sink into the hips. Good. Let's take a step down from our chair, stepping up with our left leg, then bending at the hips to place your hands down. I am now going to lift my left fingers up, rotate to face towards the left side of the room, and my eyes follow my fingers, sweeping down. And again, nice opening. Good. You can hold on to the chair so you feel nice and balanced here. Let's go 2 more. Exhale as you open. Inhale as you close. We're working on our big belly breaths. Well done. All right, holding onto the chair, bending the front knee, moving forwards into that hip flexor stretch. Extending the left leg, feeling the hamstring. Bending the left knee, moving forwards. You may even feel it in the right calf because we still have our heel down on the mat. All right, coming up to neutral and taking a step down. I want you to take a seat on your chair for me. So I'm going to face you so that you can see what I'm doing. And we are doing a couple of stretches for our neck here. So what I want you to do is grab your right hand and just place your right hand lightly on the left side of your neck, or the top of your head, I should say. And then I want you to grab your chair, so you can see I'm grabbing underneath my chair with my left hand. Now this is a form of PNF stretching, and we're not going to hold it for too long because it is a very deep stretch. So we are aiming to stretch the outside of the left neck. So first I just want you to tilt your ear to your right shoulder. Now place only a light amount of pressure down on that head. So the hand is just supporting the head. And now I want you to grip onto your chair and try and pull your chair up towards the sky. Good. So gripping on firmly and lightly moving the neck, you will feel that deep stretch and relax. Good. One more time. Tilt the neck. Now try and pull your chair up towards the ceiling. Firm grip. That's it. You might even feel it pulling into the shoulder. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Let's relax it and do some great big neck circles. So tuck the chin to the chest. Imagine your nose is a pencil and you're going to draw a big circle. So we move our nose to our armpit, then out to the side. Our nose points all the way to the sky and returns to the left armpit. And then you gaze down at your chest. That's 1. We're doing 2 more in this direction. That's 2. Focusing on deep, slow breaths. If this makes you feel dizzy, close your eyes when you do it. Well done. So once you've finished your third, we are going in an opposite direction. So tucking the chin, and now I'm moving to the left, then up to the sky. Good, so we're really trying to just over-exaggerate the ranges that our neck is able to move through. This is fantastic if you've been stuck working at a desk or looking at a computer all day. Back to center. Stretching out the right side of the neck, so bringing the left palm onto the top side of your head, so a little bit onto the right there. Gripping under your chair, tilt the left ear to the shoulder, and then grip onto that chair, pulling it up towards the sky. That's it. Try and tilt that head. Remember, only light pressure with the hand. And relax. Good. Let's go one more time. Tilt the head, hands there to support, and then lifting up. Holding 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Excellent. Now a really good stretch for right in the upper back, in the middle, between the two shoulder blades. Now, not everyone will feel comfortable doing this, but it's a fantastic stretch if you can benefit from it. So I want you all to start with your arms like so, palms facing in, forearms facing in. You're forming 2 right angles with your arms. And then you are going to lift your right elbow and place your right elbow over the top of your left. Good. Now, if you can, intertwine your fingers. If you can't, just glue the palms together and keep them touching. I'm going to intertwine. All right. In this position here now, you are going to start to lift your elbows up towards the sky, keeping your forearms where they are, and don't let the shoulders come up with you. So if the shoulders shrug up with you, then you don't feel the stretch. So I want you to roll the shoulders down and back, and then start to lift the arms up to the sky. So already I feel like my shoulder blades are being pulled apart, and I can feel a lovely deep stretch. Good, again, just checking with those shoulders. Once you're at that point, hold. If you need it a little deeper, you can start to extend the arms, but I'm comfortable here. That's it, holding 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing the arms down. Then we are going to untangle our arms and do the other side. So now the left elbow comes over the top of the right. Connect or intertwine those fingers, and let's start to lift. Roll the shoulders down and back. Lifting the elbows up. Keeping the shoulders down from the ears. Good. Rolling back, can you lift a little higher? That's it. It should feel like you're just tearing that upper back apart. Good. Now breathe in, pushing out into the shoulder blades, and exhale, relax. Inhale, push out into the shoulder blades. Feel the ribs, and exhale, lower down. Fantastic. Just do a couple of gentle shoulder rolls for me now. I know that can be quite harsh. And let's roll in the opposite direction. Fantastic. We're going to get rid of the chair now, so you can just move that so that it's out of the way. And I'll get you to get your bolster, your foam roller, or your towel. And we are going to have it roughly in the top quarter of the mat. Then we are sitting down onto our bottoms. Your legs can just be nice and comfortable, but ideally keep those feet on the ground for me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll back and lay our bolster. I want your bolster to be roughly sitting across the lower section of your shoulder blades. So we have little points at the bottom of our shoulder blades. They're like wings. And I want your bolster at the bottom of your wings. So you might have to have a little play around. I'm just gently going to roll back here. If it's in the right spot, so mine's in the right spot there, you want to feel as though you can sort of like lift your shoulder blades up and over. And then I'm going to place my hands behind my neck. So think of this like a hammock for your head, so we're not strained through the neck. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, start to roll back through the spine, tilting over that bolster. Once you're there, tuck the chin to the chest and slowly rolling up. Good. Again, inhale. As you exhale, roll back. Now, while you're back here, your ribs will want to flare. So I want you to tuck your pelvis under, making sure that your lower back is still contacting the bolster or your foam roller. Good. So you can see if you don't tuck the pelvis, you'll have a big arch. Whereas I want you to tuck under, making sure that as much of your back can touch that section under your back as possible. Good. Tucking the chin and slowly sitting up. Once you're feeling comfortable with those and you're feeling a little looser, you can bring the elbows together so they're kissing, and we are going to roll back with our elbows together. So often this opens up the upper back and you're able to feel a deeper stretch. Good. Take 2 breaths when you're back before you tuck the chin and you roll forwards. Holding back for 2 breaths. Tucking the chin and slowly rolling up. Excellent. All right, for those of you that are feeling a little better there, you can just start to move the bolster down slightly so it's more around the middle of your back. So not lower, not upper, middle. Supporting the head and neck. Elbows out to the sides. Take a roll back. Now this is going to be a lot deeper and you'll be able to accentuate that curve even more. That's it, holding for 2, 3, tucking the chin, slowly sitting up. So it's all about that nice articulation and trying to work on our spinal flexibility. Sink into the bolster, take an inhale, and exhale. When you're ready, slowly sitting up. Good. All right, we want to do a little bit of twisting now and rotation. So you're going to use your bolster as a cushion, or grab a cushion if you don't have something soft. And I want you to lay on your side so that your knees are stacked. So it doesn't matter where exactly your legs are, but just make sure your knees are glued together. We are going to work into our book openings. So I want you to brush your right hand across your left, open across the chest, and then right hand reaches all the way to the opposite side of the room. And then you close that book. So it's a modified book stretch, and you're making sure that you're imagining you're pulling an arrow back as you brush your hand across the forearm. Eyes follow the right palm. Good. Now with this, the knees are together so that you can feel when you rotate your hips. So if you look back and your knees have moved out of line with each other, it means you're rotating through your hips. And I want you just rotating from the ribs up. So think middle of the back, up. Good. As you reach forwards, you can try and see if you can find length, and then slowly opening. Now you've done a few by now, so I want you to find a hold. Take a deep inhale, and exhale, let that arm flop down. See if you can touch the floor. And then close the book. Excellent. Just rolling over on it to your back now. Good. And with your pelvis, I just want you to do a couple of rocks. So tilting the pelvis forwards, feeling the big arch, and then rocking the pelvis back. Good. So if it feel quite stiff, this will feel quite soothing. And it's a really good thing to start to mobilize. Now I want you to look at your knees. Can you keep your knees still as you do this? So if your knees are moving a lot, just try and do smaller tilts. Excellent. Good. Now we are going to roll over to the opposite side. So arms out in front of you. Now our left hand brushes across our right, across the chest, left hand reaches up and over. Now your aim with these openings is to see if you can get that hand closer to the floor each time. Good. So you can see I was able to touch the floor that time. As I reach my left fingers forwards, I'm trying to make my left arm longer than my right. That way I'm getting nice flexion and extension through the shoulder joint. Inhale as you close. Exhale as you open. Good, let's go one more. Holding here. 4, 3, 2. Take an inhale and exhale. Slowly closing that book. Good. Thank you very much, everyone. That is the end of our stretch and mobility flow. So try it out and let us know how you go. Thank you.